Welcome back to NASCAR Heat 5, folks. Today we've got the Daytona 250 presented by Coca-Cola. This race has us coming off of a great victory that made it 2 in a row for us between Watkins Glen and then Dover. A little bit of news from the Cup Series. Well, oddly enough, we won at Dover there, and I say oddly enough because it didn't change anything. Good news here, though, is that we have a non-angry Tommy Joe Martins, and actually, I think we have out of 30, 29 friends. We have 30 friends. 30 friends to one kind who doesn't even drive, which is Miller. Bethel nice, Malone neutral, Hill neutral. Martins is angry, but he's getting lighter orange every time we race. And then Max Koss is a rival, but I don't think he's as dark red as he was before. Call me crazy, but that's how it looks to me. Anyway, though, let's see what we can do out here in Daytona. I am going to turn on the draft partners, and hopefully that's not going to screw us. We have 3 races until the playoffs. And those races will be this race at Daytona, our next race at Darlington Speedway, and then we finish off the regular season at Richmond Short Track. So just for all you drivers out there, that's where we are at right now. We'll be taking a look at the playoff standings after this race, and I'll let you know where you guys all stand. I'm going to get out here, though. We have a car that's going to be a little mismatched, so that's going to put us at 88 overall. It's the best I can do, but we'll go ahead, select that, and we'll get out on the track and see you guys during qualifying. I came to the conclusion I'm not going to waste your time watching the qualifying, but I am going to do the qualifying so we can see where people ended up qualifying in the race, knowing that some of them we may never see in the race. We'll end up starting in the back, so I'm going to run this qualifying lap real quick, and then next thing you'll see, though, are the standings. As we expected, of course, we'd be in the last position. But now we're going to take a look at qualifying results overall. Pole winner Ryan Truex, second place Matthias Espinoza, third Lane Tibergen, fourth John Perez, sixth Jeremiah Graham, eighth Bryce Egan, ninth Michael Chavez, 11th Matt Malone, 12th Eliza Bethel, 14th AJ Hale, 19th David Schildhouse, 20th Gary Norton, 25th, Timothy Mathis. 26th, Max Kost. 31st, Casey Kane. 32nd, Bernardo de Oliveira. 33rd, Bradshaw Stout. 34th, Taylor Carpenter. 35th, Parker Smith. And, of course, there we are in 36th place. Well, we don't intend to stay in 36th place. Our goal position is 15th, but you know our goal position is first place. Hopefully that 10% boost that we're getting for being in momentum right now will help with that during the race. Taking a look at some pre-race information for you. Cole Custer, he is our friend. Ryan Truex is our pole winner. Josh Berry failed optical scanning multiple times, and he will be in the back right next to us.
We're going green. Be ready. Ready. The green flag is in the air.
With Josh Berry in the last position, that gives us the chance to start on the inside. And of course, we have 30 friends on the track, so finding drafting partners should not be a difficult thing at all for us.
Stay on the bottom here.
One of the things we, of course, have to pay attention to while we're racing is not to slam into anybody. We can
got a car high now.
Ride them, but we don't want to smash into anyone, ruin all the relationships that we have made so far. We had to come off the gas just a little bit there. Hopefully we'll catch up on the backstretch, or we're going to be in for a long stage. Got some smoke. I saw a little bit of smoke up in front of us. Again, having to come off the gas slightly going into the turn and not run it right into the back end of Carpenter.
Still there.
Thankfully, Josh Berry went up the track just a little bit, and we were able to get underneath him. And that should keep us from sliding back and losing the draft entirely. Parker Smith goes up. That's going to open the door again and really help us out as we go into turns 1 and 2. Barry was going to partner with us. Smith is partnering with us as we get up onto the rear end of Carpenter, and That time we don't let up nearly as much because we're trying to get something going here. We got Parker Smith with us. All I got to do is get to the fender of Carpenter and we'll be all right. And we do. So we go into turns 3 and 4 inside of Bradshaw Stout. And we start to work on catching up to Oliveira and Brennan Poole. Big run out of 4. We lose our drafting partner because of it, but we do get to the fender. There's Casey Kane. We've got Bradshaw Stout behind us, partnering up with us as well.
Careful, still there.
And I'm going to jump to the inside of Kane. Not that I wanted to, but yeah, he had a big checkup, and I don't know why. Olivier, a little bit of contact. Everything seems to be okay now. As Casey Kane comes up behind, gives us a nice shove. As he is our partner right now. We've only come up 6 spots from where we started overall. But I feel like we'll be making some pretty good charges once we get more into the middle of the pack. Good news is we've got no beef anymore with Tommy Joe Martin, so he shouldn't slide down on us going into the tri-oval here.
All right, you're clear there.
Big checkup by Sam Mayer there. And, of course, I don't want to drive right up on... Shoot, hold on one second. I've got Sam Mayer right on me because we're 3 wide with Timothy Mathis. And, of course, that's causing some issues. But a nice tap again from Casey Kane. And that's going to bring us right back up again behind
You're all clear up top.
Mayer, and we're partnering up with Mayer as well. He's going to go up the track with us as we look for positioning. I'd like to move down, actually.
Still there?
Nothing intentional, just need to stay on the inside. We don't have the power in this thing to do much more than that. We're going to get to the fender of Mathis going into turn 1. Sam Mayer is going to link up with us going into turn 1 as well. That can do nothing but help us as we get to the inside of Matt Malone. But the drive off, and he's already up into a draft, is not going to help us as we try to pull up to the back of Max Koss. Malone chooses to come down. Now he thinks better of it as he moves back up the track. And he's going to leave that door open for us. A lot of doors open in this race for us so far. We got to come off the gas just a little bit with Koss here. The hope, of course, be able to get around Koss without issue. May not be the track for that to happen. Not going to get any supreme runs on him before a corner unless it's the next set of turns. So he'll come down on us right now. And we're just going to ride through this turn in hopes that he doesn't wipe us out. He has before, and he definitely tried to again, but he's going to get a little loose there, and that's going to prevent him from moving up, and that's going to open the door. Common phrase for today for us to get nearer the top 20, as we can see, obviously, Sheldon Creed right there, David Schildhouse, Anthony Alfredo, Ryan Ellis. Nope, that might be Kenseth, not Ellis. They both have black and yellow cars. It is Kenseth. And they get right up with Schildhouse here. And again, he goes a little high, so we're just going to keep our momentum going into turn 1. We'll go 3 wide into turn 1, no big deal. Schildhouse decides to slow down. He linked up with us for just a second,
Still there.
but it seems like he lost the draft. We got Sheldon Creed coming up, looking to give us a bump down the back stretch, maybe. Lane Tibergen is leading the race. Anthony Alfredo pulls down in front of us. We're going to work with him. That's going to keep us up with this group, which is very nice. We've got just 7 laps left in stage number 1. So we're going to speed things up until the end of stage 1, as this is the midway point of the stage. We'll be back with you at the end of the stage, unless a caution comes out before then.
That'll earn you a few stage points.
Well, we worked our way up the pack and got ourselves into 7th place, so not too shabby. We pit with everyone. We come out 3 spots higher than we were, but unfortunately we're on the outside, and I'd rather not be, but I guess that's the hand we've been dealt for this stage 2.
Looking inside now.
We'll see what we can do in this stage to get ourselves up in the lead and hold everybody off. Got a nice little run to start, but that's not saying much because I can't get anywhere with it. Timbergen gonna cut us off a little bit. Now we've got Ryan Truex behind us. Jeremiah Graham back there, it looks like. Nobody is linking up with us yet, though. No drafting partners early on.
Careful,
Looks like we're going to get a draft with Timbergen now, which is nice to pull us down the backstretch. We potentially will lose a lot of this going through the turns, so he chooses to stay high. It's a little weird. I'm going to actually drop down in the middle, and Jeremiah Graham and I are going to go ahead and get around him. Little bump from Graham. Maybe a little bit more than I wanted, but it worked out at least in the end.
Inside.
Like Graham actually to link right back up with me and work. There we go. Wow, he is good at the bumps, but maybe not so much when I in the corner there. I'd be all right without that. We're going to drop down behind. There we go. Follow me in here, buddy. There we go. Get up behind Galding. We are drafting with Galding now. 3-car pack. Well, maybe a 4. We've got Austin Hill right there as well. I'm going to actually drop down on the inside of Galding. Get into Austin Hill's draft. Galding may drop in between us. He does not, as Jeremiah Graham gets a better pull on me, and he's able to get around Galding as well. We've lost the draft with Graham. We've got Austin Hill here. Gonna give him a little bump that's gonna put us right into a draft with him. Hopefully we'll be able to get to, looks like maybe not this turn, but hopefully the next 2 turns we'll be able to get around Hemrick. Hemrick kind of going up and down on the track, though. He almost had an opening for us there. See if we can get him here. Graham is linked back up with us. Nice to see him there in the top 5. Feel like we could go faster than we are, that's for sure. I'm going to drop down and get to the fender of Austin Hill. Little loose rear end there for a second, but we got it taken care of, as we're going to get the pass taken care of as well. We've got Jeremiah Graham on our tail. That's great for us as he moves into 3rd place with us as well. Now in a podium position. Sammy Smith has made his way around Austin Hill. Wondering if that had a lot to do with the fact that Hill is stuck on the outside. We're getting closer to Daniel Hemrick. Daniel Hemrick, a big challenger in the last race that we had, and that was at Dover. So he's not in the playoffs yet, but he is pushing hard to try to get in on points if he doesn't win this race. Now, if he wins this race, of course, you and I both know he's in, and anyone can win here at Daytona. We may be sitting in 2nd place, potentially 1st place by the end of stage 2, but maintaining that position is not too easy, so we'll have to see where that all ends up. I'm not going to follow him up the track this time. I'm going to stick with Jeremiah Graham on the low side and see if we can get some help, because we seem to have died off a bit on our drive. And I actually should just pay attention to driving and let Jeremiah Graham follow me and not be looking in that rear view mirror like I was right there. Here comes Graham. He's going to give us a nice little tap. That's going to help us catch up a little bit more to Daniel Hemrick. And with that, I can hear that we've gotten into Hemrick's draft. Regardless of us being a draft partner or not, I can hear it. The wind on the car, so that's nice for us. And with that as well, we are just 1/10 off of Daniel Hemrick at this point. 7 laps to go here in stage number 2, a bit of a shorter stage. But we also have a nice long 3rd stage. What do we got here? I guess it's 12 laps total. So yeah, it's a shorter stage number 2 than it was stage 1. Jeremiah Graham giving us another nice little nudge down the back stretch. We'll go into the corner, and he'll be right off our bumper, as well he should be. And that's going to put us right up on Hemrick's bumper pretty much. Or again, we're going to stay on the low line and see if Graham can get us to the fender of Hemrick, because that's going to be key for us. And that's why I turned drafting partners on. Without a partner, we have absolutely no shot at getting to the lead in this car or in this game. Not on the super speedways. I do like drafting partners, pretty cool, but I don't know how it affects the relationship, so I use it sparingly only on super speedways unless I forget to turn it off. We are getting so close. Graham gets a run. He's going to give us a little nudge right there. Are we going to get to the fender before the turn? Yes, we are. And we may very well be taking the lead going around 3 and 4. We will do just that with Jeremiah Graham in tow. And just like that, Graham gets to our outside fender to pass us for first place. Friends until you're not, is what he says. And right behind us, we've got Sammy Smith. A caution comes out, though, and that's going to stop this race in its tracks, as we're going to be in second place during the restart. Starting on the outside, Jeremiah Graham leads the race. On the inside, we've got Sammy Smith behind us. He was already drafting partners with us. I'd rather not be on the outside, but the fact that I'm on the front row might help us as we get a nice run to start. But at what point does the draft kick in for these other drivers and we get left out to dry? Can I clear Graham before the turn? No, I will not. And I don't think then we'll clear him at all. Here comes Sammy Smith behind us. He moves up the track, and Eliza Bethel out of nowhere cuts in the middle, gets up behind us, and I'm just waiting to see that drafting partner thing pop up. If it doesn't and I clear Graham, I will turn down in front of him. It does not. We do not pass Graham, so we'll keep this car middle of the track as we race against Graham and an entire inside line. Here comes Bethel. She gives us the nudge. She is partnering up with us now. Huge for us to hopefully get to the lead. Great race with 1 lap to go in stage number 2. Bethel working with us on the outside. And it's going to be really difficult to get this pass done on the outside, but we're doing the best we can. And it looks like we're going to get railroaded as Bethel goes to our outside, although she still says she's a partner. She's kind of left us high and dry as all the cars start to drive around us. Looks like Lane Timmergen might have been part of the caution that came out. A lot of damage on that car. And we have got Ryan Ellis drafting with us. We're going to get up and push Bethel and see what we can do. Nothing there. Jump to the inside. Nothing there. We're going to finish this one place higher than we finished stage 1. And just like that, 1 lap, and we go from 2nd to 6th. We dropped 15 places there. I think a lot of people just got fuel and didn't get tires. We started this race in last place in stage 1 and made our way up to 7th. Getting into stage 3 here, I feel pretty good that we're going to make our way up. I'm starting to wonder, though, if I'm looking up there, am I seeing Parker Smith? If that's the case, then I'm starting to think maybe some drivers did not pit. We've got Bradshaw Stout in front of us. Another example of somebody who may not have pitted. So, little strategy at work right here for some of these drivers that maybe otherwise didn't have a shot at getting up to the front of the pack. Although, now we're looking at potentials of drivers slowing down the rest of the pack. And how will this turn out for any of us?
Outside.
We are slowing way down as we go into turn 3 and 4, lap 1 of stage 3. Little contact with Matt Kenseth, not a big deal, but we're really not, there we go. I was going to say, we're really not getting any kind of a run, and we need to because we've dropped back now to 20th position.
Stay on the bottom.
Back up to 19th, 18th. So we get a nice run. Jump to the inside of Bradshaw Stout. Looking for some position there. We'll take it. A little bit of apron touch, trying to correct the car. Stout immediately falls in line with us, giving us a drafting partner. We're going to jump up on Egan's bumper, going down the back stretch. If I get enough of a run, we'll drop down. We do. Can I get to Greg Galding's bumper? I don't think so. We really lost a lot when we lost the draft there. We'll get Greg Galding right now. And we've got Anthony Alfredo driving up on our back end, which is good news for us. We'll feather the gas a little coming out of Forest and not run up. We were driving 3 wide with Egan and Carpenter. And now we grab Schildhouse's draft. We've got Ryan Ellis on the outside of Schildhouse. We see a damaged car. Did he get it fixed in the pits or did he not? And Lane Tibergen, who is up here in the top 10. And the question is, does he have damage? And if he does, is it enough that if he gets out of the draft and potentially is into the front of the pack, can he win the race? Does he have enough aerodynamics to keep him out front? I don't know, but I'm going to get here and we're going to take a look at that car as we go past it. Looks like the front end is all fixed up. He is ready to try to battle for a first place. And lo and behold, Daniel Hemrick here sitting in 6th place. He has fallen back. Looks like the battle up there is with Eliza Bethel, and I don't know who is second. Was that Sammy Smith? No, that is Jeremiah Graham maintaining the lead as we jump on the inside of Austin Hill and get up behind A.J. Hale.
You got room. You're clear there.
Trying to grab any draft I can. Looks like we'll be able to grab draft with Eliza Bethel. A nice run by Hale. He's got Jeremiah Graham's draft until we get into the turn, and that's where he's going to lose out a lot as we keep the draft, and Austin Hill grabs draft with us. He's going to pull himself up, but A.J. Hale drops down in front of him, gets in behind us, and he's going to pull up on us as well to maintain that 4th position. We have caught up to Eliza Bethel and Jeremiah Graham. It's basically a 3-car breakout here. And if we would all work together, we could probably drive away from the rest of everybody else, but that's not going to happen. So we'll get up on Bethel, try to improve our relationship with her. I think she's neutral with us right now, or maybe nice or polite or something. And of course, we want to have the best relationships possible with all these drivers here and in the Cup Series. So we do what we can not to do anything too violent. Of course, a track like this, a race like this, where everybody is driving top speed, bumping and banging in the lanes, you never know what's going to happen, but you do the best that you can. We've got 16 in the tank. We've got 13 in the race, and we show no signs of needing to pit, which means we're going to run this 3rd stage out under green. Unless there's a caution, nobody else will have to pit either. I dropped down. I saw the opening. Bethel stayed up on the track. We're going to get with Jeremiah Graham, clear Bethel, get back into 2nd place. Now, we remember what Graham did. Bethel immediately becomes a drafting partner. That's a big deal because she's going to help us get up to the bumper of Graham. Question is she going to do what Graham did to us, which means we get to the lead, she clears Graham, and she's going to go around us. That wouldn't be too great for us, but we'll see what happens as we try to pull up to Jeremiah Graham's bumper. It's taken a little bit of time, but I think we can do it here. Oh, no. All right, she's fine. She got on the brakes. There was no contact. She just got off the gas because I drove down. She's back in our draft right away, and she got a huge run. Little bump in the turn, no big deal for us. We managed. We lost a lot there. I shouldn't have gone high. She didn't follow me. So we're just going to stay low on the track and work with Bethel to get all the way up to Graham and then maybe in front of him. We will see what happens. I was trying to get Graham's draft so that I could get a nice speed down the backstretch, but Bethel did not follow us, so that wasn't great. Bethel gives us a nice tap down the backstretch. Graham pulls down. We immediately get into his draft. And I start to hear us in that draft pull up on him. As you obviously can see, his car get a lot bigger in that front windshield. Although we're on the roof.
All right, 10 to go. Keep it nice and smooth for us.
Just 10 laps left in this one, and of course it looks like the whole pack is caught up behind us. We don't have really any scragglers, maybe 1 or 2 cars farther back, but Everyone on this track is tight up on each other. So we just have to do what we can to stay up here, single file racing. And if we can get, I mean, it could all change as soon as we get to Jeremiah Graham. We could end up getting to his fender. He's on the outside. Bethel chooses to go to the outside with him or tries to get on the inside of me and then goes to the outside in front of him. We're all about to find out because we have gotten to his fender as we enter the tri-oval. We have Eliza pulling back up on us to clear first place. Now, what's going to happen? Are we going to get left out to dry again, or is she going to stick with us and wait her time until the end of the race to try to make that pass? Looks like she's falling off a little bit in the turn. Is she about to try to make a move? She is no longer a drafting partner, so we're going to have to block. And I don't want to block for 9 laps. That's going to suck, but we got to do what we have to do. She's going to stay high, just like we thought was going to happen. That's going to cost her as Jeremiah Graham gets into... Oh, does it? It looks like he didn't actually fall in line with her. And because of that, she is falling back now to third. We've got a caution. We're not going to pit. Obviously, there's no reason for us to pit. But that is going to shorten this race a little bit. We are in first place. We've got AJ Hale to our right, Eliza Bethel behind us, Jeremiah Graham next to her. No, Daniel Hemrick next to her. I thought it was Graham, but Graham has dropped back to 5th place behind her.
5 to go this time by.
We've got just 5 laps left in this race, under 5 minutes of race time left, barring no more cautions. All cars are still on the track, so you never know what happened there. But it also appears that Bethel, able to take advantage of this inside lane, will get around AJ Hale. Jeremiah Graham going to jump to the outside, start to look for position. We're going to make sure that we don't have anybody. I don't like this part, but at least it's not 9 laps. It's now going to be 4 at the line that we have to basically cover both lanes and make sure that nobody gets around us. Push comes to shove, we'll stay on the inside lane. I know you're saying, well, you got a 10th, but it does not matter. These runs will come fast and furious as people try to get around us. Greg Galding going to take that inside line, get position, and get around Eliza. Eliza moving up, and I'm going to stay on the inside line. She has got a drafting partner in Graham, but I'm hoping she just pulls down in front of me and Graham loses everything. Doesn't look like that's happening, though. So now we are not in a, I guess we're in an okay spot because we're on the inside.
Still there?
But now we're back into this situation where we're behind Bethel. So let's see what we can do to, well, we'll just wait. We'll bide our time. If the outside line doesn't get going, we can hang out with Bethel here, and we can work our way, hopefully clear the other cars a little bit and work our way to the lead by the last lap. We've got 3 laps left in this one. Come off the gas just a little bit there. I don't want to be running into her through the turn, but I guess I came off the gas way too much. We'll get right back up on her as she stays on the inside line. We are her drafting partner, so she's not trying to drive up the track or anything. I feel like we didn't have much momentum. So had she chose to drive to the middle, which now she's going to drive to the middle, and that's going to open the door for us. But had she chose to drive to the middle at the time, we would have absolutely not been able to keep up with her. And now, because we got Gray Galding pushing us, we're going to take the lead again with just 2 laps left in this race. Not sure that I wanted to be here. I'd rather be in second place, able to set it up, as Galding's going to back off. And we'll see what he does when he gets the run down the back stretch. I think Galding's just chilling out right now, biding his time as we're going to bring it around. He knows we're coming to the end of this race. He has been very intelligent to get himself up into second place. Lane Tibergen has made his way into third. Bethel dropping outside of the top 6. Looks like it's 4 wide back there potentially. So that is insane. Final lap here. And all I can do is watch back there and hope. Lane Timbergen has made his way to second place. We will do our best to block him. Jeremiah Graham comes up. We'll get in front of him. All right. And we've got Sammy Smith coming down low. So we're going to have to figure that out. Here comes Lane on our outside. What an insane run he has. How is he getting that run? He's got Eliza Bethel. And we have a caution that comes out. Lane Timbergen will take the victory. And yet again, we're the bridesmaid and not the bride at Daytona. .104 speed rating, not too shabby. Top 5, Lane Timbergen, Tony Savoy, Eliza Bethel, Sammy Smith, Jeremiah Graham. 6 comes in, Bradshaw Stout out of nowhere. Timothy Mathis rounds out your custom driver top 10. Matthias Espinoza 11th, AJ Hale 12th. Gary Norton 18th. David Schildhouse 22nd. Bernardo De Oliveira 23rd. Max Koss 24th. John Perez 25th. Michael Chavez 27th. Casey Kane 28th. Matt Malone 29th. Parker Smith 31st. Bryce Egan 33rd. Taylor Carpenter 35th. And with that finish, we have actually taken the regular season points lead. Fastest lap of the race went to us with a 45.717. Most laps led, Jeremiah Graham, 18 laps in the race. On the move, we started second from last and finished second from first. Tough break goes to Ryan Truex, who started on pole and finished 34th. Sheldon Creed having very nice stuff to say about us. We appreciate you, man. In the next race, we've got Darlington Speedway. Taking a look at your playoff standings. Myself, Bethel, Lane, John, Max, Matt. And we've got the final 3 still in place. Norton, Egan, and Chavez. Looks like needs wins. No custom drivers on that list. Josh Berry, Daniel Hemrick pretty far behind on points. David Schildhouse basically needs a win to get in. It's still quite possible for any driver to get in that got maxed out or that has a maxed out driver for either short tracks or for regular speedways, as we have these last final few races before the playoffs. But folks, that is going to do it for this episode. I would like to take a moment out to say thank you so very much for taking the time out of your day to watch this video. And until next time, man, of course, as always, you take care.